right, welcome back and thank you so much for staying with Morning Live. Now, on Monday, our sister program here on SABC2, Leihlo La Sechaba, aired an investigative piece about medical doctors in South Africa who have graduated and who allegedly did not find internships in hospitals in South Africa. Now, in that insert, a young doctor who recently graduated from a medical school says she and along with 80 other new doctors are still waiting to be placed at hospitals, but nothing has happened. Now, the Minister of the Department of Health, Dr. Aaron Motsoaledi, has lashed back at those reports saying that the information that we used on that insert is untrue. Let us find out the real truth of the matter, and I'm joined in studio in Johannesburg by the Minister of Health, Dr. Aaron Motsoaledi. Letona, good morning to you and thank you so much for coming through.
Good morning, Balisa, and good morning to the viewers out there, and thank you for having me.
Thank you so much indeed for coming through. What was factually wrong in our report?
Well, what was factually wrong is that when I was interviewed, that's 3 weeks ago, by Leihlo La Sechaba, the person who interviewed me said there are 80 doctors who have finished their internship last year. Sorry, who have finished their studies, their medical studies, and have to be placed for internship.
And they cannot be placed.
And they are not placed up to today. I told her that's not possible. It can't happen. First of all, internship is a statutory function of the state.
Yes.
Placing people for internship, it means it's an obligation on the state to place those people. Otherwise, they'll never qualify. They'll never they've got the medical certificate because they are from a medical school, but they can't work as doctors if they've not gone through internship. So we can't punish people like that.
All right.
Then I told her that ever since January, since we place doctors, when they don't get places which they like, not that there is no job, but if you place them in a place where they don't like, they regard it as unemployment. And they start social network groups to put pressure. So I said, she must give me that list first. Then I'll check the names and tell them where each one of them, what's their status.
All right, because we don't have enough time. The list, did you get it from us as the SABC?
Yes, I got
because
it.
One thing I know, fortunate enough, I happen to be the presenter of that show as well. So one thing I know is that the list was compiled by National Healthcare Professional Association. It's not a list that was compiled by the SABC.
It doesn't matter who compiled it.
All right.
But it does not mean whoever compiled it. I said there can't be 80 unemployed doctors.
All right. How many do you have then on your
Now,
list?
that list was never given to me until the issue was flighted, on the screen. It was given to me the following day on Tuesday. It was flighted on Monday.
On Monday evening.
On Tuesday I got that list. And if they gave me that list before, it would not have been flighted because I have answered. That list given to me has got 3 attachments. One has got 35 interns or 35 doctors or medical students who have just passed and are not on placement. When I checked it, 11 of them were placed, but they declined those positions. 8 of them dropped at level 5. You see, there are 5 levels of placement. Each medical students, while they are still studying, must give us 5 areas which they prefer in order of preference. This one at the 3rd placement, you place the 1st level. If you can't get what you want, you go to the 2nd. At the 3rd, they said the hospitals that are left in the list, they are not interested, so they moved out. 7 on that list, as I'm speaking now, are medical students. They've not yet finished their exams. They are still medical students, but they are put on that list as unemployed doctors. 6 have just qualified now in June. Remember, I was interviewed 3 weeks ago. So I'm sure that time they were still writing exams. Now, their placement is going to be now in July.
All right.
But they are already on that list. 2 on that list have already been placed. One said he did not know that there's an process for application, so did not even apply. That makes 35. 32 on that list are foreign medical students who are studying in South Africa. 9 of them are from Lesotho. And I announced in January, the Minister of Health in Lesotho has written me a letter to say anybody who should go back to Lesotho because they need doctors there.
All right.
But these 9 are still there.
All right.
So, yes.
So the reality of the matter is all the medical students have been placed. The little that you have on the list are those that do not want to be placed at certain rural areas.
Yes. Mostly people have been placed but they don't want to be placed in particular hospital, and they regard that as unemployment.
Yeah.
I didn't finish the list. The other is 73, because, you know, she sent them in attachments. Those 73, we went through them. These are doctors who have long qualified, but they want to specialize.
Yeah.
It's not that they are unemployed. They are looking for specialist position. Remember, specialist position, you can only do it in the 8 medical schools in the country, and the 10 hospitals attached to them. So you can't do it in any other hospital. You have got to find space there. But that doesn't mean unemployment. There are doctors, they want to become gynecologists, anesthetists, surgeons, but they are employed at the present moment. And anyway, Palisa, it's impossible for that group not to get employed. Let me tell you why. In January, I showed 70 positions which exist in the Eastern Cape, especially in the former Transkei. And we even put them on the website. Up to today, only 31 were filled. They were not even filled by South Africans.
But if I go back to that, the clip that we had on Leihlo La Sechaba on Monday, the doctor that we were talking to said that she received a call from the department saying, look, we have a place for you in Limpopo. You need to decide as in like now. And she told the department that I need to go consult with my husband. They said, no, it's either you take it now or never. No.
I told you there's a process. There's a process of placement. Because why there is that process of placement, Alice? The young people who qualify in medicine today want to work in Cape Town. They want to work in Durban. They want to work in Johannesburg. Yeah. They want to work in Pretoria. So when placements start, they fight for these positions. So the department is at pains in this placement process, where a person, when you place them, they give reasons. 5 reasons are given. No, I can't move, I'm married. No, I can't. 54% will quote marriage, 11% will quote religion. Another group will quote legal, or medical, or even ownership of property that I can't move out of this place.
Obviously, what you're saying is in the contrary with what the association NHCPA was telling us on the show. It would have been nice to actually have them here and you here so that we can actually get to balance this issue. Because one of their concern again is that you have just mentioned of doctors who want to become specialists, that they are not getting through, they are not passing their exams, and they're blaming it entirely on race. Do you know anything on that? Because that's the story that we're running on Monday again.
No, about the Health Professions Council. The person who interviewed me did ask me. That issue of not passing the college exams has been there. I passed medicine 34 years ago. I remember even at that time, it has always been there. Yeah. That is not easy to pass board exam. It's like bar exams in law. People will complain that it's not easy. There is
but they're suspecting that it is racially motivated.
Yes, they are suspecting, but I can't prove it. They suspect
so. Is there nothing that your department can do on that?
I don't control the College of Medicine. It's like universities. Can a minister go to universities and tell them if medical students are not passing? You will actually blame me for political interference in university or in academic affairs.
Minister, it looks like there's
a College of Medicine and there's a president. I think, if I'm not mistaken, is Professor Satere from university. I think you must call him because he is an African.
Yeah, we had invited him to the show, but then he pulled out on the last minutes. We had invited him on last week, Monday, on Leihlo La Sechaba. But now I was actually saying that there are a range of issues, of course, that we need to talk about.
Balisa,
we only have 7 minutes on Morning Live. Can I perhaps put a challenge to you to come to Leihlo La Sechaba on Monday so that we can have like 20 minutes of this discussion?
I'm not here, unfortunately. I'm going overseas. I'm leaving tonight.
All right.
I'll be in Harvard.
So you'll make a day when you come back?
Yes, I'll be in Harvard. No, I need to come back because we need to go through all these things. Right. It can't be that always people ambush us on the media and the media believes them when they cry foul about being unemployed. Right. When I'm just telling you now, before I leave, if you give me 141 doctors now who need jobs, who have completed internship and who have completed community service, I'll send them to Limpopo now. They'll get jobs today. Right. If you give me the same group of doctors, I'll send them to Free State. There are 67 positions there. We Tumelo Hospital in Grunstadt alone needs 20 doctors.
All right.
Now,
Minister, we've run out
here,
of time, unfortunately, but as promised, we hope to chat to you when you come back. Thank you so much for coming through.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Well, the Minister of Health, Dr. Aaron Motsoaledi, obviously clarifying that matter. I mean, the report that was run on our sister program, Leihlo La Sechaba, on Monday, investigative report about medical doctors in South Africa who have graduated but allegedly are not able to find a placement. Minister saying that there is no such a thing as that. Well, it's time for